everybody. Welcome to this week's edition of the Boomer Broads. I'm Janet.
I'm Anne Marie.
And yes, we're the Boomer Broads.
You might notice.
It's
right?
a big day. Is it Slovakia versus Slovenia today? What is today? What is today's match?
I don't know.
Wait a second. Luxembourg versus.
Can I just do a shout out?
Yes, interrupt me right
this
off
is
the bat.
This is not about my breasts, my reduced breasts. This is about my daughter. I'm very proud of her.
You should be.
2 master's degrees, University of Chicago. Unbelievable.
Brilliant.
One of 2
girl.
students
you
in the whole
girl.
school that got a dual degree, gainfully employed.
Were you kvelling in the audience?
I was.
You were kvelling.
I really was.
Of course you were. And I hear you were schwitzing in the audience too. May I use 2 Yiddish words in one sentence? A little hot, was it?
So hot. For the first degree. By the time of the second degree, which was Saturday, it had cooled down considerably, but she did well.
It's so hard, isn't it, to be a boomer
Hats off,
broad?
Sam. I'm very proud of you. Good job. Fabulous.
Ditto,
job.
Samantha. You go, girl.
Okay.
All right.
On to other things.
And on
Trivia.
to Slovakia and Slovenia. It is World Cup time, so you're not
sounds
glued.
like you're swearing.
Are
when
you
say
glued at all to the?
No, and I hear we're the only ones in the world who are not.
Well, we're the ugly Americans. Although I will say the match against England and the United States at least generated some interest in the U.S. But
I hear they kill people who miss goals.
Oh yeah, I pity that British goalkeeper. Well, he fumbled the goal.
It
was not good. I pity. I can only imagine what the British press
did to him.
Yeah, raked him over the coals.
Crazy,
but I'll tell you, when I was
world of sports. Crazy.
When I was on sports radio
a while ago,
many years ago, 16 years ago, you could not even say the word soccer before someone would call and say, "Shut up and talk baseball." Who gives a crap about soccer? You couldn't talk tennis, you couldn't talk golf, you couldn't talk college sports. Now, this is Boston, understand. In other parts of the country, you can at least talk college sports. But in this town, you can only talk baseball, football, hockey, and, of course, the Boston Celtics.
By the way, this is the week.
Celtics.
This is the week for sure.
We are very excited here in the Bean Town about
Even
our boys.
I am somewhat excited.
Yeah. Have you seen any of the games?
No, but I wake up first thing the next morning and I find out what's happened.
Not 1 second.
Not one.
I'm exhausted this whole week.
No,
it's just so unfair.
When you're playing against the West Coast.
Oh my God! These 9 o'clock games Tuesday. We're shooting this on a Tuesday.
By the way.
So this is game 6. Wait a second. This is game 6. I'm keep you in line. And then if we win, of course, and then if we lose, then we'll play Thursday at 9 o'clock. I will be, don't even talk to me by Friday. We just must win. It's all about winning in the city of Boston, Massachusetts. Which is not good. We're a mean city. We're a mean sports city.
Speaking of mean, hello.
Yeah, poor Khloe. Khloe Kardashian. Who has
she thinks it's funny, by the way. I heard
Does she?
Well, I heard her interviewed with her sister saying, they're calling you the ugly Kardashian because that's Boston fans. Come on, behave yourselves. And she's like, oh, whatever. It's sports.
Good for her.
She could care less. She's laughing about it.
I thought it was interesting that her husband, Lamar Odom, would not allow her to come to Boston to sit in the stands because he thought
horrible.
She was well, and he was probably right.
I know, but it's horrible.
I mean, it is
Don't
not.
You think?
It is. I totally think it's horrible,
okay.
and I think Boston has to get its priorities together. This weekend,
but
as you might know, Manny Ramirez returns to Fenway Park for the first time, and it will be interesting to see how the Boston fans react to that arrival, because we have an edge to us. Do I have to tell you that? It's not pretty. And I hope that we give Manny his due. He may have been a wackadoo, but boy, he brought us 2 World Series, and we thank you, Manny. I personally thank you, Manny, for making my baseball life very exciting.
Speaking of wackadoo, can we segue right into real wackadoo?
Right into wackadoo.
Tiger.
Yeah, can he figure out a way to stay out of the news?
We got through a few weeks with not talking about Tiger, but he's
fine.
back, and he now has a love child. Big surprise, huge surprise, since the man never used any protection.
How do you know he didn't use protection?
They said he didn't like to use protection. That's what he said. That's
Where
what
are you
they
getting
said.
your information? It's not from Beth, is it?
From our producer, Beth.
Because suddenly we now know whether Tiger used a condom or not.
Well, they said he didn't, and frankly, I believe
And
that he didn't because
him.
he's so arrogant.
All right.
He probably thought he could control his sperm too. Knowing him. But that's one thing, and now all his mistresses are getting together and they're going on the road. They're going on tour.
I love it.
For
Better than the American Idol tour.
show.
My God. My God, the Tiger women are going on a tour of what?
I want to know, when
doing?
will she file for the papers? When is she going to file?
What is the tour going to be? Are they
Strips.
performing?
Yep.
They're stripping?
Striptease tour.
Where did you get this
It's for
information?
adults. It's for adults. It's
Where
not
do we
for
get this information? Please don't look upon us as Wikipedia.
As a source.
We're not.
As your primary news source. No,
we're
please
just
do
making
not.
it up now. That's fine.
And then I thought this was hysterical. This will segue into another type of discussion.
That's classic. At last, we now know the truth about Dustin Hoffman
and Jason Bateman.
That was hysterical. You gotta love it, and it does.
Well, let's describe what it was.
Well, Jason Bateman and Dustin Hoffman were sitting next to each other at the Staples Center in Los Angeles when the kiss cam shined on them, which of course is when you're supposed to kiss whoever you're next to, and I guess Justin took it seriously. And it was a very funny scene.
There's a lot of that going on
brings
with Sandra Bullock doing
yes,
thing,
and it does bring to mind an issue that has always been such an interesting one to me, and this being Gay Pride Week, and we salute all our
fans,
Gay Boomer Broads fans out there, that gays in sports. And will it ever be
very limited?
Well, will it ever be acceptable in any of the major sports? Forget tennis. I mean, that's a given. Forget gymnastics.
You don't hear about many
ice skating. Okay, we get
gay baseball players.
Name one.
No, I know.
Or
basketball.
Or
football.
Name one. Although there were a couple of retired who will come out after the fact. There were a couple. There was a baseball player, none of them big names, and a football player who came out after the fact and were respected for it.
And it's interesting, you know there are some
that
just can't do it.
Of course there are some. Of course there are some, but it will be interesting for when will that day ever come? Or will it ever come that someone will have the courage of conviction to admit, and how will they be? I bet they'll be received okay by a majority of their teammates. There's always going to be some goons who won't accept it, but it'll be interesting to see how the fans will accept that, and I hope they do. I mean, obviously tennis fans accept the fact that Martina was gay. They didn't care. She was a great tennis player. But again, it's very different. You're a football fan. Or
macho. A lot of macho.
Have that side to them.
But you know what's happening this week also, I bet you didn't know. The California courts are going to rule on Prop 8. On the
Is that this week?
Or very soon. And we hope our California friends will
get out there and vote this time, and don't make assumptions. Don't make assumptions.
It's not about a vote. It's the court.
Oh, it's the court. Okay.
And our hats off to Iceland for a unanimous vote on accepting gay marriage.
Oh, I see. Yeah, good.
To cover the news.
Good. That's good.
Squeeze in a few actual facts.
Good.
Now and then. And then I'm sorry. I found this story. Because I know you're going to also talk about your hot flash story. Is your marriage making you sick, or is your relationship making you sick? They say it can make you sicker than if you have workplace stress.
We know about that.
Well, that's why I wanted to reassure you that it's all very normal. And it also tells you how, for example, to argue.
And
how to be constructive about it.
Although I'm a very good arguer.
Yes, you are, for the most part.
Thank you.
You do carry resentment.
I have
24 hours. Usually that's
24 hours, then I'm done. Because my memory issues are so bad, I forget. Why was I mad? I don't remember. So I have to move on.
Argue well, it says. The quality of your argument. Try to make it substantive.
Don't be petty.
No name calling.
Yeah.
If your spouse or your friend is annoying.
Yeah.
Accept it.
Don't say nanny boo boo, stick your head in doo doo, which is one of my favorite comebacks.
Don't yell at a yeller, but neither one of us are yellers, really. I'm a
Excuse me, it was just there's something I caught in my throat.
I am not a yeller.
No, I'm not a yeller.
Limit the Greek chorus. Meaning, don't have people.
Have you read this previous, or now you're reading this for the first time?
No, I read it. I think it was, and recall the happy times.
Okay, recall it. Okay, very quickly, my hot flash again. The research I'm doing for you people. Where's the thank you? Okay, are you ready, Angry World Cup viewers? We hear your vuvuzela pain. Vuvuzelas. Have anybody? Well, I know you know what I'm talking about. Those damn horns. 15 minutes into the opening game, says one fan, and I've already taken 2 aspirin. I absolutely relate. But in South Africa, they say, forget it. We are keeping it, as the FIFA president says. Would you want to see a ban on the fan traditions in your country? And the answer is no, but we hate the horns, and it definitely is affecting our love of the World Cup. Thank
Stay
you,
tuned.
everybody.
Go Celtics.
Bye-bye.